What is dangerous to forget? The master password to your digital vault. People have lost hundreds of millions of dollars from forgotten passwords. My husband did this shit. Then miraculously one day months later he was like, aha. I remember well, thank fucking god. I also found he had a safe in the backup drawer with a ton of cash. And a wallet in his old school backpack with $825. He doesn't remember ever putting cash in either. I take care of the finances now. Whether or not you took your meds for the day, I can never remember. If I did so, to keep from taking them twice, I got one of those containers with a box for each day. Doesn't help me remember to take them though. Mute and turn off the camera when you are done interviewing. That the handle of the frying pan you stuck in the oven will be violently hot if you don't use an oven mitt to pull it out. Or if you forget the handle is still hot after pulling the pan out and walking away for 10 minutes. Cleaning out your dry vents regularly. If they become completely blocked, it can lead to a house fire. I saw this happen once. I came downstairs to the smell of smoke, and my buddy was furiously trying to put out the fire. Luckily it wasn't that big. To turn off gas stove. That you had something in the oven. Or the toaster. My sister once said to me, can you check the bread I put in the toaster? When I opened the kitchen door, the smoke was so intense, I couldn't see more a couple of feet. Turns out, she put bread in the defective toaster some 20 minutes before asking me. It only took 2 hours to get rid of the smoke and a mere 2 weeks to get rid of the smell. Or forgetting to turn the oven off after you take the food out. It's not as dangerous as leaving something in the oven, but if you leave the house for work with the oven on all day, then that is definitely a hazard. That you're driving. Oh shit, thanks for reminding me. The face of your father. That never ends well. Unsubscribe before free trial ends. That you're not wearing the pants with the keys, but went to the store in your joggers for like once in your life because you were hungover. Because then when you get back and stand outside your door like a proper fool, you realize that your phone is still in your apartment as well. Not that it would matter too much, since your flatmate would sleep through a civil war and probably won't wake up for hours. That you're not immune to propaganda. The amount of people who think they are too smart to fall for propaganda is scary AF. Those are exactly the type of people who are good propaganda targets. Sure, you might see the simple stuff, but anything worth its shit, it's getting you. My husband's aunt is always going on about digital safety etc. Don't get scammed, don't keep your passwords anywhere that people can find them, blah blah blah. Guess who gets scammed more than anyone else in the family? That's pretty normal behavior for someone that has been scammed though. She doesn't realize other people already know these things. Your baby is in the backseat of the car. The amount of parents who forget their kids are still in the car after they lock it and roll their windows up is honestly horrifying. Especially here in Florida, cars turn into ovens and will practically fry your infant child inside out. I can't even handle driving with the windows down with no account. I couldn't imagine what it's like for a small infant who's still strapped in to be sweating and crying for someone to get them out. I couldn't imagine the physical pain of coming back and your child isn't moving and is in a pool of sweat. Nuclear launch codes. In the 50s 80s the code was 0 0 0 0. Nah, it was 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 and actually not the code one thinks about when it comes to launching nukes. The new toilet paper roll. When you go for a shit in your house, alone, the first thing you bring to a new house should be toilet paper. The last thing should be toilet paper as well. That the gun is loaded. You should always treat it like it is loaded. Your girlfriend's birthday. No problem if no GF. That these olives are not pitted. Oh god, I have capped teeth and this made me shudder. How to breathe. I once forgot how to breathe. It was horrible, but it was a breathtaking experience. Pick up the kids from school. One time my dad forgot to pick up my sister who was 4 at the time. He rushed over and asked if she was mad at him. She said no, she was sad. Traffic. People walk out into traffic without a care in the world. After all, they haven't been hit yet. And don't they have the right of way anyway? Hood is up, earbuds in, and heads down they walk without a care in the world. Horns blast and tires howl, but nothing deters a determined pedestrian. Onward he goes, oblivious to the world around him. After all, it's not his problem. A saying I like to use is, the laws of physics are higher than the laws of man. More people need to keep this in mind. Who you are and your self-worth. Thank you. That you're driving, and not daydreaming on the sofa. Oh shit, just ran over Steve. Sorry Steve. That you have nudes of your ex on that hard drive you just lent to your GF. I borrowed my, now ex, BF's Nintendo DS once, and the only images on it were his ex-wife's nudes. LMAO. To turn off the heater in summer. Unless you want to boil alive, in which case perfect plan.